A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette. They taste fine. Tobacco is light. Tobacco is mild. Tobacco too. And it's toasted. Yes, it's toasted. Because the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
This is Don Wilson. I'd like you to listen to just the last part of that song once again.
It's the toasted cigarette.
That's one important reason the Lucky tastes better. It's toasted. The fine tobacco that goes into every Lucky is toasted to taste better. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process brings Lucky's fine tobacco to its peak of flavor, tones up this light, mild, and naturally good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. That's why we say this. If you want real enjoyment from your cigarette, make it Lucky Strike. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does another television show. But meanwhile, I'd like to take you back to yesterday and out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills. It's a typical morning in the Benny household, and as we look in, Rochester is busy in the kitchen.
Well, I better finish squeezing these oranges. Gee, that looks good. Orange juice is so wonderful when it's fresh. There's something about it when the oranges have been picked right from the tree. We sure are lucky the Colemans have one. I remember the argument they had the first time Mr. Benny picked them. He told Mr. Coleman that while it was his tree, since that limb was growing over into our yard, it was our legal property. I thought the boss was wrong, too, but the Supreme Court upheld it. Well, that finishes the orange juice. Now to put the coffee on.
Good night, sweetheart, till we meet tomorrow. Good night, sweetheart.
Oh, Polly, I forgot to take the cover off your cage. There you are.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
It sure is a nice day, Polly.
Honey beats Dempsey. Honey beats Dempsey.
I guess it's about time I changed that paper on Polly's cage. Well, I better get her something to eat. Oh, good morning, Mr. Benny.
Good morning, Rochester.
Here's a nice big glass of fresh orange juice.
I don't want any.
Oh. Well, what do you want for breakfast?
Nothing.
But, boss, don't you want anything at all?
Well, yes, get me some smelling salts, some Tums, fix me an Alka-Seltzer, and get me a bottle of aspirin.
What's the matter? Are you sick?
No, Dennis Day is coming over. I couldn't talk him out of it.
You shouldn't let him upset you like that.
I shouldn't, eh? That stupid kid called me up at 3 o'clock this morning to ask me how I felt.
Well, why would he call you at 3 in the morning?
He said he thought my line wouldn't be busy then. I can't understand that kid. Anyway, he told me he was coming over today to let me hear his song.
Isn't that the reason he usually comes over?
Yeah, but when he starts that silly talk, he drives me nuts. But he won't do it today. I won't give him a chance to do anything but sing. A man can stand just so much, and then he...
Truman defeats Stewie. Truman defeats Stewie.
Oh, good, Rochester. You changed the paper in Polly's cave. Was there any mail, Rochester?
It didn't come yet, but you did have one important phone call. Hillard Marsh, your producer, called from CBS to tell you that the time of tomorrow's rehearsal has been changed.
Well, I better call up and find out.
Hello, CBS, the star's address. Yes, sir. Hold the line. I'll see if I can locate him. Who was that, Gertrude? Jack Benny. He wants I should get him as producer. Oh, that Benny. Always making us do things. He's a pain in the neck. Not to me. I like him and he likes me. Really? Yeah. If I tell you a secret, will you promise to keep it a secret? Oh, sure. I swear on my picture of Pinky Lee. Okay, I'll tell you. Last June, Jack Benny and I nearly got married. We got into a cab and rode over to the Justice of the Peace, and he started reading the ceremony. Yeah. Well, when he got to the part that says, with all my worldly goods I thee endow, Jack ran out so fast he broke the sound barrier. I've never so embarrassed in my life. I can imagine. Now I wouldn't marry Jack if he was the last man on earth. Say, the way he keeps going on, he's liable to be. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I broke up with him. I started going out with Dennis Day. That dumb kid? Who, Dennis Day? Yeah. He's so dumb he thinks the English Channel is where you watch old pictures on television. Well, get her. A regular Imogene cuckoo. You know, Mabel, sometimes you think you're so... See, Mr. Benny's sure impatient. I'm sorry, Mr. Benny, but your producer isn't in.
Oh, well, keep trying. But when you get him, Gertrude, tell him... Gertrude, did you feel that? I was positive I felt an earthquake. Oh, well, goodbye, Gertrude. Funny, I was sure I felt an earthquake. The whole room shook.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, Don, what a relief. What was you?
I let him in, Mr. Benny.
Oh, Don, when you came in, the whole house shook. I can't understand why they didn't feel it down at CBS. It's only 6 miles.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. I'm getting awfully tired of all these remarks about my size.
But, Don...
I'm probably lighter on my feet than you are. Why, last week I went to Arthur Murray's for some dancing lessons, and he was amazed.
Really?
Yes, he said I danced like a big, fat Nijinsky.
Don, this... Wait a minute. Look, Don, this I don't understand. Me, you ball out, and yet you yourself make jokes about your size.
I know, Jack. You see, when you do it, it's an insult. But when I pull a joke at my own expense, it's different. Shows I'm a good sport and can take it. Like, well, for instance, you'd be the first to admit you're a lousy violinist.
The second, I'm the first.
You keep out of this. Don, what'd you come over for?
Jack, I brought the Sportsman Quartet with me.
I saw them, but I didn't want to say hello to them because I'm sick of that Why don't you just have them go ahead and let me hear their number?
Jack, I didn't bring them over to sing to you.
Well, that's what you always do.
I know, but this is different. You know, Jack, every time you go anywhere, they come over and sing goodbye to you. And when you come back, they welcome you home with a song. But today they want you to sing to them.
Well, why?
It's their birthday.
Well, I'll be... Wait a minute. Did you say today is their birthday?
Uh-huh.
All 4 of them have the same birthday?
I'll tell you something that's even more amazing than that. They were all born in the same town, Storm Lake, Iowa.
No.
Yeah, Jack, and in the same hospital.
What a coincidence. Only my idiot writers would think of a thing like that. Anyway, Don, if you say it's their birthday, I'll sing to them. Hey, fellas, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sportsman. Happy birthday to you. Now, John, happy birthday to us. I thought you wanted me to
Happy
sing
birthday to us. Happy birthday
I sang to you already.
Happy birthday to us. Shaboom.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday from you. Happy birthday from all of you to every one of us. What a happy day, what a happy day, what a happy day, what a happy little ladies. Take a puff and you will be. The only cigarette for me, the only cigarette for me is Lucky Strike. Just take one puff and you will see that Lucky's have success. You taste their toasted. You know they're toasted. Yes, toasted. Lucky's are a toasted cigarette. What a happy day. Take a puff and you will say, happy day, happy day.
Now, friends, we know this song is kind of silly, but please remember.
Though we may be from hunger, we're not getting any younger. LMFT. Yes, you agree. Anyone be sure to like a Lucky Strike.
Fellas, that was really great. And Don... Excuse me, I better answer this.
Well, we'll run along, Jack. So long.
So long, Don. Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Charlie Bagby, your piano player.
Oh, hello, Charlie.
I'll tell you what I'm calling you for. I think I'd better have my piano fixed before the next broadcast. It has 12 broken strings.
12 broken strings on your piano? When did you find that out?
Yesterday, during rehearsal. The janitor called it to my attention.
Charlie, do whatever you want to, will you?
Okay, and another thing. You're going to have to do something about Remley.
Frankie Remley? What's wrong now?
Well, since he's been leading the orchestra at the Hollywood Roosevelt Cinema, he's gotten so hi-hat you can't do a thing with him.
Remley? Hi-hat?
Yeah, now he has to have a glass. He won't even drink out of a bottle anymore.
No.
It's demoralizing. Glasses is for water.
Yeah. Well, look at Charlie. I'll talk to him when he gets to the broadcast.
I wish you would. Goodbye.
So long, Charlie. Imagine Bagby, of all people, criticizing Remley. That's a case of the pot calling the pot potted. Those musicians really...
Hey, boss, the mail just came.
Oh, good. Give it to me.
There's nothing much, just this letter.
Let's see. Oh, it's from the California Bank. It's about the mortgage.
How long have you had the mortgage on that bank?
Oh, just a few years. They pay regularly. Say, Rochester, I haven't had a thing to eat yet. Fix me a sandwich or something, will you?
Yes, sir. Want me to answer the door?
No, you go make the sandwich. I'll answer. Well, what a surprise.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Mr. Kitzel. That was nice seeing you, Mr. Kitzel.
Me too. But I dropped in to ask you a favor.
A favor?
Yeah. From now on, when you're driving to the radio studio, could you possibly give me a lift?
A lift? Certainly. But why?
Well, I'm working there as an usher. It's only a part-time job, but I got to raise a little money.
Oh.
I'll need the extra money because around the middle of next month, I'm expecting an addition to my family.
Oh, an addition to your family. Isn't that nice? What do you want, Mr. Kitzel? A boy or a girl?
Either one would be delightful.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's my mother-in-law who's coming for a visit.
Oh, the way you put it, I thought you were expecting a bundle from heaven.
A bundle she is, but from heaven this is doubtful.
Oh, well, since you had to take another job, I suppose you like it, the studio.
Oh, yes, it's very pleasant, especially for me. I love to be around show people. So exciting. You know, actors, musicians, and singers, especially singers.
Oh, you like good singing, huh?
Definitely. On this subject, I'm a connoisseur. I collect records and everything.
Really? Well, tell me, who's your favorite singer?
Nat King Cole.
No, Mr. Kitzel. No, it's not King Cone. It's King Cole. Cole.
Cole, cool. He's real gone.
Yes, I know. Well, Mr. Kitzel, from now on, I'll give you a lift whenever I go to the studio.
You are lovely, gentlemen. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Kitzel. Is my sandwich ready, Rochester?
In a minute. Was that Dennis Day at the door?
No, it was Mr. Kitzel.
Oh, well, remember what you said. When Mr. Day does come, don't let him get you into any conversation. Just make him sing.
Don't worry, I'll do it. Oh, Rochester, instead of coffee, I'll have tea today.
Yes, sir. Want me to get it?
No, that must be Dennis. I'll answer.
Okay, boss. And remember what you...
I'll remember.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Sing your song, Dennis.
Hey, Mr. Benny, do you know that...
Dennis, sing your song.
I will, but I want to tell you that...
Don't talk, just sing.
But I thought you'd be interested in the...
Not interested in anything, sing. Now, come on over to the piano. Now, sit down at the piano and sing your song. Good. Just sing.
But, Mr. Benny, I only wanted to tell you...
Down! Sing or I'll push your head down again.
Okay, I'll sing.
Because you come to me with nothing love and hold my hand and lift mine eyes above a wider world of hope and joy I see because you come to me. Because you speak to me in accents sweet, I find the roses waking round my feet, and I endless through tears and joy to thee. Because you speak to me. Because God made thee mine, I'll cherish thee through light and darkness, through all time to thee, and pray His love may make our love divine. Because God made thee mine. Through light and darkness, through all time to thee, and pray His love may make our love divine. Because God made thee mine.
Benny, now that I'm finished my song, I think I ought to tell you...
Don't tell me a thing. You came over to sing your song, you sang it. Now I'll walk you to the door and you can go home.
But, Mr. Benny...
No but. You sang, now go. Here's the door. A fire engine. I wonder why it's stopping here.
I tried to tell you, your house is on fire.
Well, of all the...
I tried to tell him, but all he said was, sing your song, don't talk, just sing. Not interested, sing or I'll push your face down again. Nobody ever listens to me.
Oh, be quiet.
Don't get excited, mister. We got everything under control.
You sure, Chief?
Yeah, it was just a small rubbish fire. It's all out. No damage at all.
Oh, good. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So long.
Dennis, I want to tell you something.
Yes, sir?
I'll admit it was my fault for not letting you talk.
Uh-huh.
But if you can sit there and calmly sing a song in a house that you think is on fire, then I know there's something wrong with you, and I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Never mind. Just come with me. We're going downtown.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, don't push.
This is the office we want, Dennis.
Gee, look what it says on the door. Dr. Heinrich Schultz, psychiatrist.
That's right.
Well, it's about time.
Certainly is.
You should have gone to him a long time ago.
Not for me, it's for you. Now, come on in.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
I'm Jack Benny. I phoned Dr. Schultz and made an appointment for Dennis Day.
Oh, yes. Is this Mr. Day?
Yes, ma'am.
Has he ever been here to see the doctor before?
No, ma'am.
Well, before you can go in and see the doctor, I'll have to ask you some questions. Your full name?
Dennis Day.
Your wife's name?
I'm not married.
Parents?
2.
I know you have 2 of them, but what are their names?
Mr. and Mrs. Day.
I know that, too, but I want to know their first names. What do they call each other?
I'll tell the doctor, but I won't tell you.
I'll tell the doctor you're here.
Yes, Miss Roberts?
Dennis Day, your new patient, is here.
Well, send him right in.
You may go in now, Mr. Day.
How do you do? I am Dr. Schultz.
I'm Jack Benny, and this is the young man I talked to you about, Dennis Day.
How do you do? Now, Mr. Day, I think we better get right down to business.
Yes, sir.
Supposing you tell me all about yourself, starting with your earliest memory.
My childhood was very interesting. My childhood was very insecure. You see, I was born in New York, but when I was 5 months old, my parents moved to Buffalo. Then 6 months later, they moved to Chicago, and 2 months later, they moved to Cleveland, and a half a year later, they moved to Pittsburgh.
They moved to Pittsburgh, eh?
Yeah, that's where I finally caught up with them.
Wait a moment. Mr. Benny, he must be exaggerating. His parents couldn't have deserted him that often.
They couldn't, eh? Dr. Dennis has been left on more doorsteps than the Los Angeles Times.
That's very interesting, very interesting.
Well, I hope you can help him, Doctor. He's been with me for years now, and his silly behavior has made me gray before my time.
Really? How old are you, Mr. Benny?
39.
Well, one case at a time. Now then, getting back to your childhood, Mr. Day, excuse me, my nurse is buzzing me. Yes, nurse?
Oh, Doctor, Mr. Jones is waiting outside to see you.
Jones.
Oh, you remember, Doctor, the man who thinks he's a St. Bernard dog?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm very busy right now. He'll have to wait quite a while. I hope he won't mind.
Oh, he won't. He's got a keg of brandy tied around his neck. I'll tell him. Mr. Jones, the doctor's busy now. Please be seated.
Now, Mr. Day, I am going to give you the word association test.
Word association?
Yeah, that's right. I'll say one word, and you immediately say the first word that comes to your mind.
Uh-huh.
For instance, rain.
Snow.
Black.
White.
Red.
Blue.
Green.
Money. I'm sorry.
Danny, you keep out of this. Now, look, you are wasting time, and after all, you know my fee is $25 an hour.
Gosh, that's a lot. I didn't realize it was going to cost you that much, Dennis.
Cost me? It was your idea to bring me here. You're going to pay for it.
Why should I pay for it? I'm doing it for you.
Well, I didn't want to come here. I'm happy being silly.
Somebody's going to pay for it. I don't work for nothing.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Doctor, but Mr. Jones won't wait any longer. He's coming in.
Look, Doctor, if you think that
Mr. Jones, you go back to the waiting room. Mr. Jones, go back, I say. I don't like the way you are behaving. Mr. Jones, control yourself. Now, Mr. Benny, you brought this young man up here, and I demand...
So if you think for 1 minute that I'm going to pay you for it... Mr. Jones, stop licking my face! Come on, Dennis, let's get out of here. I'll settle for you the way you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack will be back in a minute to tell you about his television program, which goes on at 7 p.m. tonight over the CBS television network. But first, the sweetheart of Lucky Strike, Miss Dorothy Collins.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette. They taste fine. Tobacco is light. Tobacco is mild. Tobacco too. And it's toasted. Yes, it's toasted. Because the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
Friends, your enjoyment of a cigarette is just as simple as that. If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to taste better. Naturally, Lucky's better taste begins just where you'd expect it to begin, with fine tobacco. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then, that tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process tones up Lucky's naturally good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So next time, get better taste. Get Lucky Strike.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
Boss, you better hurry up and get changed. You got to do a television show tonight.
Yes, I better hurry.
Shall I fix something to eat for you and Mr. Day?
No, we're not hungry.
Where were you so long?
I took Dennis to a psychiatrist, and he's cured.
Really?
Yeah, from now on, he'll never say anything stupid. Will you, Dennis? Oh, quiet! Quiet!
The Jack Benny Show tonight was written by Milt Josephsberg, John Tackerberry, Hal Goldman, Al Gordon, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. The Jack Benny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
This is Don Wilson. The song you just heard has an important message for everyone who smokes. The sure way to get better taste from your cigarette is to make sure you get Lucky Strike. It's toasted to taste better. Of course, the better taste of a Lucky begins with fine tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process tones up this naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Yes, a Lucky tastes better because it's the cigarette of fine tobacco, and it's toasted to taste better. So, be happy. Go Lucky. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the middle of the Christmas shopping season, and as usual, Jack is going to his favorite department store to purchase gifts for his gang. But before we go Christmas shopping, I'd like to take you to a modest little home in the suburbs of Los Angeles. The home belongs to a department store salesman and his wife. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mel, wake up! Mel?
What?
You were having a bad dream.
Oh, yeah. That same nightmare. I always have it this time of year, Beatrice.
About that blue-eyed old man that comes to the store for his Christmas shopping?
Yeah. Only this dream was worse. I looked at his hands, and instead of fingers, he had shoelaces. On one hand, the fingernails were plastic tips, and on the other hand was metal tips. Why do I always have to dream about him?
Now, Mel, control yourself. Maybe he won't come into the store this year.
Oh, he'll come. He's been coming in and driving me nuts for over 15 years.
Well, don't worry about it. Maybe he's mellowed. Maybe he'll be kinder now that he's getting old.
He was old 15 years ago.
Look, Mel. Look, you go to the store, and during my lunch hour, I'll come down to your department, and if you've had any trouble, I'll relieve you. Anyway, there's very little chance of seeing him now that you're in the art department.
Yeah, I guess that's right, Beatrice. He don't look like the kind of guy who would go in for painting. He ain't the artistic type.
Mr. Benny, you've still got quite a few more names on your Christmas list.
Yeah, I still have to get something from my producer and Miss Livingston now, so you can do your personal shopping.
Thank you. And will it be all right if I charge my things to your account?
Charge it? What happened to the Christmas bonus I gave you?
I lost it.
Lost your bonus? Gambling?
Oh, no. I had a hole in my pocket and it rolled down a sewer.
Now, wait a minute, Rod. Stop making up jokes. I gave you a $25 check for a Christmas bonus.
I know, Mr. Benny, but I can't cash that check until after next Monday.
Why not?
Me and the check are appearing on You Asked For It.
Oh, yes. We'll show 'em. I'll meet you here later, Rochester.
Okay.
See, I still haven't gotten anything from Mary. I know what I'll do. I'll buy her a negligee. Now, where's the negligee department? Oh, that must be the floor walker over there, that man in striped trousers and the cutaway coat. Oh, Mister!
Yeah!
Are you the floor walker?
No, I'm a pallbearer, but my handle broke.
Look, I didn't come here for corny conversation. All I want to know is where I can buy a negligee.
On the 3rd floor, but I don't think they have anything in your size.
Now, don't be so smart. It's not for me.
Oh, for your wife?
No, I'm not married.
Don't tell me you got to look that way all by yourself.
Now, cut that out. Anyway, I don't need you. I'll find it. The store is so crowded, I don't think I'll ever finish it. Hey, it looks like my orchestra arranger, Malin Mary. Hi, Malin.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Doing your Christmas shopping, eh?
Yes, I'm getting some gifts for the boys in the band.
Gee, it's a nuisance, isn't it, trying to get...
Hiya, Bud. Long time no see.
Huh? Oh, hello.
So long, Bud. See you around.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Jack, who is that fella?
Oh, he's a racetrack tout. He's always trying to talk me out of everything. I got to finish my shopping. So long, Malin.
Oh, just a minute, Jack.
Yes?
I'm having a big party on New Year's Eve.
I know. You've already invited me.
Yes, and I thought that since you've given so many parties, you could help me out a bit. You see, I've already hired a caterer, and I thought you might recommend a good bartender.
Well, now, that's the silliest thing, Mal, spending good money on a bartender. Why don't you get one of the boys in your band? I mean, get Frank Remley. Nobody knows more about drinks than he does.
No, I wouldn't try that again, Jack. He was the bartender at the last party I gave.
Well, what happened?
Well, the first guest to arrive walked up and ordered a scotch and soda.
Uh-huh.
Remley bent down, got the scotch, never came up again.
No kidding. Well, thanks for inviting me anyway. I'll see you New Year's.
Good.
I'll be there.
And, Jack, if you run into Don Wilson, see if you can persuade him to come to the party, too.
Persuade Don Wilson?
Yes. He never wants to go anywhere since he's taking up painting as a hobby.
Painting? As a hobby? Say, I'm glad you mentioned that, Malin. I was worried what to get Don. For Don, you know, last year I got him a box of dates with nuts in them and everything. Now I'll get him some paints. I'm going to the art department. I'll see you later. They sure have everything for the artist here. Where's the salesman? Oh, there he is. Oh, clerk.
Yes, sir. What can I do? It's you again.
Huh?
How do you find me every year? You got radar or something?
What are you talking about?
Gee, he doesn't recognize me. Maybe everything's going to be okay.
What are you mumbling about, clerk?
Oh, nothing. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, a friend of mine has taken up painting as a hobby, and I'd like to get him a nice set of paints.
Oh, very good, sir. Now, here's a set that's very popular and reasonable, too. It's only $9.95.
Well, gee, those tubes of paint seem very small.
Well, that's right, sir, but they're the best paints, and in addition to the primary colors, it also contains such exotic colors as vermilion, chartreuse, turquoise, cerise, heliotrope, citron, purple fuchsia, cardinal red, burnt orange, midnight blue, and shocking pink.
Yeah, it has a lot. See, that's a beautiful color right there. That's the most beautiful color I've ever seen. What do you call it?
Money green.
Well, I'll take it. Now, I'd like it gift wrapped.
Yes, sir. I'll be back in a second with it. Gee, he didn't even recognize me. And he didn't give me the least bit of trouble. In fact, he was real sweet. Oh, boy, I'm lucky. I'll say I'm lucky. This is my lucky day. There, that looks pretty. Well, here you are, sir. That'll be 10 1/4, including tax.
10 1/4? Gee, that seems like a lot to pay for just a few paints. Huh?
Well, not when you consider what you're getting. Most people don't mind paying the extra money for oil paints. They last so much longer than the watercolors.
Oh. You have watercolors, too?
Me and my big stupid mouth. I had to tell him you. I couldn't let well enough alone. I had to tell him.
Clerk, how much is the watercolor set?
$3.95, but they're not near as nice as these are.
I don't care. I want to see the watercolor set.
Okay. I'll have to climb this ladder to get it. It's on the top shelf. I had to tell him. Wish I could paint red spots on my face so he'd think I had smallpox and he'd go away. I wish I had smallpox. It wouldn't do any good. This guy's lived so long he must be immune to everything. But it's my own fault. Here's the watercolor set, mister. Look at it.
Say, this looks okay.
But it's only got 5 colors, gray, blue, black, red, and 30 browns.
I don't care. It's $3.95 and I'll take it. Now gift wrap it and I'll be back.
I know you will.
Now let's see. What else do I have to get? Gee, I still haven't gone to the lingerie department for Mary's gift.
Yes? What can I do for you, young man?
I'd like to buy a Christmas gift for my mother.
Well, a negligee is always a very suitable gift. Now, here's a lovely one that I'm sure would please your mother.
No, she wouldn't like that one. She never wears anything with a low neckline.
Oh, is she modest?
No, she's tattooed.
Well, here's something that might suit your mother more.
Gee, that looks nice. Only I'd like it in a brighter color. You see, my father is always depressed, and bright colors cheer him up.
Oh, well, we have a large selection of colors. But tell me, what size does your mother wear?
Well, gee, I don't know, but she's about as tall as you are.
Oh, does she have my build?
If she did, my father wouldn't need cheering up.
Well, now, how does this one seem?
Oh, that looks about the right size. I think she'll like it very much. Will you wrap it up and charge it, please?
Yes, sir. Now, who shall I charge this to?
To me. My name is Dennis Day.
Dennis Day?
Uh-huh.
The singer?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, gee, Mr. Day, I'm one of your most ardent fans. I buy all your records and everything. Why, when I hear you sing, I just quiver and shake all over.
3 coins in the fountain. There they lie in the fountain. Which one will the fountain...
Mr. Day! I'm not joking. No, I'm really a great admirer of yours.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Dennis! Oh, Dennis.
Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, I heard you singing. I was way on the other side of the store, but I thought it was a record.
Maybe that's because I've got a hole in my head. Well, I got to run along, Mr. Benny. I still have lots of shopping to do.
Same here. So long, kid. Oh, Miss.
Yes, sir?
I'd like to get a gift for a girlfriend.
Well, just a moment, sir. That man at the end of the counter was here first.
Well, that's quite all right. Jingle bells, dum-bum-bum.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, Roger. Did you finish your shopping?
Uh-huh. I even got a present for you.
Oh, that's nice. What is it?
Oh, now, wait till Christmas.
Oh, come on. Tell me, Rochester. You know how I hate waiting. Is it something I can wear?
Uh-huh.
Is it something I'd wear above the waist?
Uh-huh.
A shirt?
Nope.
Is it something I wear above the shoulders?
Uh-huh.
I've got it. It's a hat.
No, but it's right under it.
Well, that's a strange gift to give me. Why should you get me that?
Well, I ruined one of your good ones. I threw it in the Bendix and all the curls came out of it.
Well, don't throw it away. Save it in case I ever get the part of an Indian in a picture.
Okay. Are you done with your shopping, Mr. Benny?
Not quite, but you know, I always have trouble getting something for Don Wilson, and this time I think I got him a gift he'll like. A set of paints.
Oh, he should like that, boss. Whenever he sees me, he talks to me about painting. He's really crazy about that hobby.
I know, and I got him a lovely set of watercolors.
Watercolors? Oh, he's way beyond that. For the past few months, he's been painting with nothing but oils.
Oil? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So Don only uses oil paints. Excuse me, Rochester. I'll see you later.
All right, there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather.
Oh, clerk.
Oh, it's you again. Here's your watercolors, all gift wrapped and everything.
Well, I've changed my mind. I want the oil.
No, this can't be happening to me. I lead a good life. I'm kind to my mother. can't be happening. It just can't.
Look, control yourself.
Okay, I'm getting calmer. I'll control myself.
Good.
Only, mister, do me a favor and tell me something, will you?
Certainly.
What business are you in?
I'm a comedian.
Well, what's funny about this?
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not trying to be funny. I just made a simple request. I want the watercolors changed to oils. Now, please gift wrap them, and I'll be back to pick them up later. Well, let's see. I got to get Mary's gift, and then... Oh, darn it, I'm out of cigarettes. I wonder where I can get some. Oh, there's a cigarette machine at the end of the aisle. There it is. You have a fancy cigarette machine. Let's see. I ought to have some change.
Hey, Bud. Bud.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Who, me?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm getting a package of cigarettes.
What kind?
Lucky Strikes.
Oh, Lucky Strike, eh? Smart boy.
Huh?
You're putting your dough on the favorite.
I know.
And it's a great bet across the board.
Win, place, and show?
No, cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Oh.
And another thing.
What?
Come here a minute.
Huh?
Look at the breeding.
The breeding?
It's by Sold American out of Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Well, thanks very much.
You going to get a pack of Luckies?
Am I going to get a pack of Luckies?
Yeah.
Come here a minute.
Huh?
I'm going to get 2 packs.
2?
I'm trying for the daily double.
Smart boy. So long and Merry Christmas.
Same to you. If you want better taste in your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted, you see. Yeah, I got the cigarettes. Now I've got to go...
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Why, Mr. Kitzel! Well, look who's here, Mr. Kitzel. Hey, how you come along with your Christmas shopping?
Practically finished.
Did you buy some nice presents?
Wonderful, especially for my magnificent mother-in-law.
Oh, your mother-in-law?
Yeah, this year I'm giving to my mother-in-law such a gift. I'm proud I thought of it. A trip to Hawaii.
Why, Mr. Kitzel, what a wonderful thing to give a mother-in-law. A round trip to Hawaii.
Who said anything about a round trip? Well, I better run along. Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Okay, well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Kitzel.
Happy Yuletide to you.
Here you are, sir. And I assure you it's a lovely gift.
Well, thank you.
And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And do come back again.
I don't even know if I'm going to leave. You know, you're one of the most attractive salesmen.
Miss, can you please...
Oh, hello, Don.
Well, hi, Jack. Hey, I'll bet I know something you don't know.
What's that?
I ran into Bagby, the piano player, and now I know what the boys in the band are going to give you for Christmas.
What?
Beautiful set of golf clubs.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? I can use a new set. I can hardly wait till Christmas.
Well, you may even get them before Christmas if the paint dries.
Paint? What paint?
Where they scratched off the owner's name.
Well, Well, they should have left the name on. I'd know who not to play with. What characters they are. By the way, Don, how's your wife?
Oh, she's fine now.
Now?
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, she broke out in hives, and her eyes were always watering, and the doctors didn't know what it was until they found out she had an allergy.
Gosh, what was she allergic to?
The oil in oil paints.
No.
Yeah, so now I'm going to have to go back to watercolors.
You use only watercolors now, Don?
That's right.
Excuse me, Don. I've got to go somewhere.
Now, Melville, control yourself.
I can't control myself, Beatrice. I'm going to quit.
Now, Mel, it can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad. Look, in the first place, how he finds me, I'll never know. But first he buys oil paints, then he changes them to watercolors, then back to oils, then watercolors, then oils. He keeps coming back like a boomerang. Me, I'm going to the office right now and quit.
Now, look, Mel, I'll tell you what to do. You go and take a nice long lunch hour and lie down, and I'll take your place at the counter.
Well, okay. When he comes, that's his package of oil paints right there.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Poor Mel. Gets upset so easily. I can't let him quit now. It'll ruin all our plans. We worked in the store together so long. We met in the store. He even proposed to me in the store. And now we're married.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Well, where's the clerk who's usually here?
Well, he's gone to lunch, but perhaps I can help you.
Well, I'm supposed to have a package of oil paints ready for me.
Yes, sir. Wait a minute. This must be the man who's been driving Mel crazy. Yet it can't be. This guy couldn't bother anybody. He's such a kindly-looking old schnook. Here you are, sir. A package of gift-wrapped oil paints. $10.25, sir.
Look, miss, I changed my mind. I'd like to get a box of watercolors instead.
But, sir, you... All right, I'll gift-wrap the watercolors. The customer's always right. I'll get some watercolors and wrap them, and I'll be right back.
See, while she's gone, I'd better write out a card for Don. Let's see, I want it to be something clever. Oh, I've got it. To Don Wilson. Here's lots of colors for portraits to paint. But don't paint yourself, 'cause that much there ain't. Say, that's cute. And people say I need writers. I'll sign it Jack Benny. Oh, miss.
Here are your watercolors. Isn't that a pretty package?
Yes, it is. Now, will you please unwrap it and put this card inside?
Unwrap it? Card inside? Mister, I went to a lot of trouble unwrapping the other one and gift wrapping this one. Have a little consideration, will you? Don't be so mean and so selfish.
Well, you're just as bad as that idiot clerk who went to lunch.
Idiot! Listen, you jerk, you're talking about my Melville.
I don't care who I'm talking about. Now, unwrap that package and put the card inside.
Oh, no, not me. I know all about you. Melville warned me.
Look, miss.
First you wanted oil paints, then watercolors, then oil paints, then dates with nuts, and then plain dates.
Dates?
Then plastic tips, then metal tips, then plastic tips, then metal dates, then water tips. Then dates with oil, then plastic water, then shoelaces with nuts.
Look, miss.
Oh, I'm wise to you. You drove my husband crazy, but you're not going to do it to me.
Oh, for heavens, I'll just send Don a card this year.
Just before Jack comes back again, here's a word for anyone who enjoys a good cigarette.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste. Yet it's the toasted cigarette. They take fine tobacco. It's light tobacco. It's mild tobacco too. And it's toasted.
Yes, it's toasted. 'Cause the toasting brings the flavor right through.
So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste. Yet it's the toasted cigarette.
All you have to do is look at a pack of Lucky's Friends, and you'll see the reasons for Lucky's better taste printed right on it. LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Light, naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco. And it's toasted. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that tones up Lucky's fine tobacco, bringing it to its peak of flavor, making it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So be happy, go Lucky, and say, a wonderful way to say Merry Christmas to your friends is to give them Lucky's in the beautiful Christmas cartons. These special Lucky cartons are handsomely decorated in keeping with the gay spirit of the Yuletide season. They're so nice to give, so wonderful to get. This Christmas, give Lucky Strike in Christmas gift cartons.
Well, boss, have you got everything?
Yes, I have.
Say, that's sure a pretty package. It looks so Christmassy with all that red paper.
That's not red paper, that's blood.
Blood?
I never thought she'd punch me in the nose. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers, true tobacco taste, real filtration, famous Tareyton quality. They're all yours when you smoke Filter Tip Tareyton. Filter Tip Tareyton gives you all the full, rich taste of Tareyton's quality tobacco and real filtration, too. Because Filter Tip Tareyton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tareyton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
The Jack Benny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste. Yet it's the cigarette.
This is Don Wilson. As cigarette smokers, you and I know the most important single thing any cigarette can offer is taste. Better taste. And as many millions of Lucky smokers will tell you, Lucky's taste better. You know why? Because it's toasted. Yes, it's toasted to taste better. Lucky's better taste actually begins with the fine tobacco that goes into every Lucky Strike. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. That's the famous Lucky Strike process that tones up Lucky's naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco, brings it to its peak of flavor, makes it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So for better taste in your cigarette, be happy, go Lucky. Buy a carton of better-tasting Lucky Strike.
If you want better taste from the cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste. Yet it's the
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis A., Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wood. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does another television show. But first, let's go out to Jack's house in Beverly Hills. Our little star has decided to spend a couple of weeks in Palm Springs. So just as soon as he finishes breakfast, he's going to start packing.
Ah, that was a good breakfast. How about a little more coffee, Rochester?
No, thanks. I had enough.
I meant me.
Oh!
Yes, oh.
Here you are.
On second thought, Roch, I don't think I want any more. And anyway, it's about time we started packing.
Yes, sir.
And Rochester, not a word about our going to Palm Springs in front of Polly. You know how upset that parrot gets when she knows we're going away and not taking her with us.
Yeah.
Let's go in the other room and get started. Oh, hello, Polly.
Hello.
Well, boss, I better get out the bag and...
Bag?
Rochester.
Huh? Oh, yes. I'm going to get out the bag and put it in the vacuum cleaner and clean up your room.
Oh, yes. The bag for the vacuum cleaner.
And when the bag is full, we can start for PALMSPRINGS.
PALMSPRINGS. Vacuum cleaner.
That's right, Polly. That spells vacuum cleaner. Come on, Rochester. We better go in my room and start packing.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Polly, but you can't come in the room with us. All right. Don't get excited. Rochester, Polly doesn't want to be left alone. We better take her to my room, too.
But, boss, she'll see us take your suits out of the closet and your shirts out of the drawers.
She'll just think we're straightening up the room. Go ahead, bring her in.
Okay, come on, Polly.
Bring her in.
Now, Rochester, take my blue suit, my gray suit, my tweed out of the closet.
But, boss, a tweed suit is much too heavy for PALMSPRINGS.
PALMSPRINGS. Vacuum cleaner.
Well, okay, never mind the tweed.
By the way, boss, are you going to stay at the same place you did last time?
Certainly.
Then I better keep these things together. Bathrobe, slippers, and flashlight.
Rochester, it's inside now.
Thank goodness. Once you stay at the place where we had to pack a bicycle.
Rochester, for your information, they don't have any more places like that in PALMSPRINGS.
PALMSPRINGS. Vacuum cleaner.
Well, Rochester, I guess we got everything I'll need. I'll get the phone. I'll take Polly with me. Come on, Polly. Daddy has to answer the phone. Quiet, Polly. Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Mary.
Oh, what is it, Mary?
Jack, on your way over to pick me up, would you stop off at the store and get me a bottle of suntan oil?
What do you mean, stop off at the store? I'm bringing enough suntan oil for everybody.
I know, but you don't give green stamps.
I wasn't going to charge you for the oil. I was going to give it to you. When I bought it, the company guaranteed its quality.
I know, Jack, but after spinning your crankcase for 10,000 miles, it loses something.
Okay, I was just trying to do you a favor. Anyway, I'll pick you up in a little while. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, boss, I've got everything ready. Shall I close it up?
No, I want to check it first, see if I didn't forget anything. Now, Polly, you can't come into my room this time. Look, Polly, if you're lonesome, Daddy will turn on the radio for you. I'll get you some music. This is good enough. You'll like this, Polly. I'll be back soon.
This musical program is brought to you by the Palm Springs Biltmore Hotel, which is situated in the heart of the desert at the foot of the San Jacinto Mountains. For further information about our rates and facilities, just drop a postcard to the Biltmore Hotel in Palm Springs. PALMSPRINGS, Palm Springs. We will now continue with more musical selections.
PALMSPRINGS, Palm Springs.
Palm Springs! Polly, what's wrong?
Palm Springs, PALMSPRINGS.
Polly, quiet! Quiet! Rochester, close the suitcase so we can get going.
Palm Springs.
Now, Polly, you can't go in that setting. Rochester, take her in the other room.
Come on, Polly.
Getting more human every day. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Dennis, it's about time you got here. Well, Dennis, are you all set for Palm Springs?
Well, I came over to tell you I can't leave today. I have to go have a tooth pulled.
A tooth pulled? Oh, that's a shame. Does it have a cavity?
No.
Well, does it ache?
No.
Let me see. Which tooth is it?
The one on my watch chain. I got thrown out of the Elks.
Dennis, stop being silly, and I want you to leave for Palm Springs today, so go home and pack.
Okay. Well, say, Mr. Benny, is it all right if I take my mother to Palm Springs with me?
Well...
She's already bought a French bathing suit.
Your mother? Well, that's ridiculous.
Oh, no, it isn't. This morning she tried it on, and my father said she really looked French.
Really?
Yeah. Mr. Benny, who's General de Gaulle?
Dennis, go home and pack.
Don't you want to hear my song first?
Yes. Let's hear the song.
Mi cantar se vuelve gitano cuando es para ti. Mi cantar hecho de fantasía. Mi cantar flor de melancolía que orfe vengo a dar. Granadas y arrancan granada en tardes de toro. Mujer que conserva el embrujo de los ojos moros. De rosas de suave fragancia que le dieran marco a la Virgen morena. Granada, tu tierra está llena de lindas mujeres de sangre y de flor. ¡Ole!
Very good, Dennis. You know, they'll love it in Palm Springs.
Thank you.
Now, Dennis, when you go there, be sure to stay on Highway 99 so you won't get lost.
Oh, I'm not driving down.
Oh. You're taking the bus?
No.
The train?
No.
Are you flying?
No.
Well, goodbye, Dennis.
Goodbye.
I guess it's better not to know how he's getting there than to ask him and spoil my whole vacation. Now, let's see.
Well, boss, I've got all the luggage in the car.
Good. Come on, let's go. Are you sure all the lights are off and the doors are locked, Rochester?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, start the car.
Okay.
Maybe we got a little water in the gasoline.
I'd tell us we had a little gasoline in the water.
Never mind. Try the motor again, will you?
Yes, sir.
The motor sounds as though it's going from bad to worse.
Sounds like it's going from here to eternity.
Rochester, don't be funny. Try it once more.
Okay.
The motor's not even catching. Maybe the battery's dead.
Can't be that, Mr. Billy. I put a new battery in yesterday.
A new battery? How much did it cost?
Nothing. I got it out of your flashlight.
Try it once more. There you are, Rochester. The motor's going. Back the car out of the garage.
Wait till that crowd gets out of the way.
All right, folks, break it up. Break it up. Beat it, beat it. Why do they always gather when we try to start the car? You can go, Rochester. They've gone now. Rochester, there's Miss Livingston's house. Put on the brake. That's good, Rochester. You stopped right in front of the house.
Yeah, and it only took us once around the block to do it.
I know. Now, keep the motor running. I'll go get Miss Livingston.
Hello, Jack. I'm all ready.
Good, Mary. I'll help you with your bags.
Thank you. Here they are.
Say, Mary, what beautiful luggage. Where'd you get it?
I bought it. Last week I got $200 on a quiz program.
No kidding. On a quiz program?
Uh-huh. I was picked out of the whole studio audience because I worked for you.
Uh-huh. You see, Mary? Doesn't hurt being on my program. What question did you have to answer for them to give you $200?
No question. They just felt sorry for me. The hotline called with food for a month.
Oh, don't be so funny. Now, come on, Mary. Let's go.
Okay. Let me lock the door, will you?
Rochester, put Miss Livingston's bags in the car, will you?
Yes, sir. Now, let's see. Where can I put them?
Jack, you're only going to be away for 2 weeks. Why have you got all that luggage piled on top of the car?
That isn't luggage, Mary.
And what is it?
A tent. We're at the camp twice between here and Palm Springs.
Oh, stop, Rochester. That's not why we're carrying it.
Then why are you carrying it?
The tent? Never mind. Now, Rochester, are we ready to go?
Yes, sir. I put Miss Livingston's luggage in the trunk.
Now, let's relax and have a pleasant drive.
Rochester, turn on the radio, will you please?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, folks, there's a holiday special. We are currently featuring a platinum necklace with a 4-carat diamond pendant for only $9,500. This can be purchased on our easy layaway plan of only $1 down and $1 a week until they lay you away. portion of our program. For our next number, we will hear the Sportsman's Quartet. We were supposed to have the ink spots, but we felt sorry for the sportsmen.
Why do they feel sorry for everybody who works for me?
Alouette, Jacques Boomerang. Alouette, like a cigarette. Smoky like your Saint Bonjour.
Just a plumeray, la tête, like a lucky alouette.
Just a plumeray, la tête, like a lucky alouette.
Alouette,
Alouette,
cigarette,
cigarette. Alouette, smoke a cigarette. Made of fine tobacco, ooh la la. Alouette, just alouette. Rosalette, to a dear papa.
Here is what the letters say. Send more luckies right away.
Son of a gun, but Eskimos, they smoke lucky too, you know.
Eskimo. Smoke, you know.
Smoke, you know.
Alouette.
Cigarette.
They all like.
Lucky strike. Alouette, pop a cigarette. She is just as happy as can be. With the luckies made of fine tobacco.
Living with the ice and snow, we're so very glad to know.
She's as happy as can be. We've had Ellen Timothy.
Timothy. We agree. Eskimo. Smoke, you know. Alouette. Cigarette. They all like. Lucky strike.
Alouette, pop a cigarette. Cruisy long and lonesome are the sights. In the yard, so many light of luckies. That's what makes me more than more.
Say, we're making pretty good time today.
You're right, Miss Livingston. We just passed through Pasadena.
Gosh, I wonder why the traffic is so thick.
It's people still coming home from last year's Rose Bowl game.
Last year's Rose Bowl game. You know, Mary, sometimes I think that...
Excuse me, Mr. Benny.
What is it, Rochester?
We're getting kind of low on gas.
We are? We're pulling that gas station on the corner there.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, we'd like some gas.
Yes, sir. Would you like regular or Echo?
Let me see. I wonder what would be best for this car.
Blood.
Mary, please. I'll take the regular.
Fill it up?
Well, no. Put in about 3 gallons.
For heaven's sake, Jack, why don't you fill it up?
Mary, 3 is enough.
But you'll have to stop at another gas station for more. Now, why don't you fill it up?
Well, all right. Fill it up, mister.
Oh, boy, wait till I tell the boys at the lodge about this.
Never mind, Rochester. Go ahead and fill the tank, mister.
Yes, sir.
Jack, what do you plan on doing in Palm Springs?
Well, I think I'll just rest, relax, and, have a good time. I'm going to take a dip in the 2 swimming pool every morning, and then play a round of 3 golf after that. That way I'll get plenty of 4 sun. And in the afternoons, I'll just relax, and 5 rest till dinner time. There's so many good places to 6 eat in Palm Springs, like the Dunes Dollhouse, and down the beach, 7 Comers, and Oscar Brothers. Some nights I may go on 8 and...
For heaven's sake, that's enough gas.
Stop already. Gee whiz.
Okay, mister, now I'll check your oil and tires.
Good.
Hey, mister, do you know you got a big hole in your right rear tire?
I know.
Well, how come it doesn't go flat?
Because the tire was filled up in Los Angeles.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
The smog is too thick to leak out.
Yeah.
Hey, mister, I can sell you a new set of tires, very reasonable.
Not right now. You see, they're making so many improvements in tires these days. I'll wait a little while longer.
Well, I've got the latest thing right here, tubeless tires.
We're way ahead of that. We got tireless, too.
Never mind, Rochester. Just check the oil, mister.
Yes, sir. Well, the oil is okay, but I noticed the pulley on your generator is cracked. You better get a new one or you'll have lots of trouble.
Well, okay, put one in.
Oh, I'm sorry, but we don't have any parts for this car.
Oh. Well, is there a Maxwell dealer in this town?
Yeah,
Where?
in the cemetery.
Well, it'll be all right. Now, how much do I owe? What's that?
I owe silver!
Hey, that's how Dennis is going to Palm Springs. Well, what do you know? Say, mister, how much do I owe you?
That's $2.50.
Okay, I'll...
Oh, excuse me. Here comes another customer. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Fill it up.
Well, Bob!
Why, Jack, hi. Hello, Mary. Hi, Rod.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Mr. Crosby.
Excuse me, mister. You want regular or Ethel?
Ethel, please.
Gosh, Bob, isn't it a coincidence? We're all on our way to Palm Springs, and we needed the same gas to say...
Dad! Stop counting. It's Bob's car.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Gee, Bob, it's a shame that you have to make the drive all alone.
I'm not alone.
Huh?
Oh, look in the back, don't you see? Remley, Kimmick, and Bagby, they're laying there.
Oh.
Bob, you only mentioned Remley, Kimmick, and Bagby. Isn't Sammy, the drummer, coming to Palm Springs?
Well, Sammy's coming, sure, but not until just before we do our broadcast there. See, he hates the sun.
Why?
Well, you know how bald Sammy is, and he doesn't like his scalp to get sunburned.
Well, can he wear a hat?
Oh, no, if he covered his head, he'd lose the $50 a week a distillery pays him.
A distillery pays him $50 a week not to cover his head?
Yeah. They've got Don't Be Vague, Say Haig and Haig painted up there.
Well, they couldn't have picked a better head than Sammy's. It's shaped like a pinch bottle.
Bob, you know, this is none of my business, really, but if the boys in the band are such a bunch of hoodlums, why don't you get rid of them?
Funny, Mary, I asked Bob the same thing last week, and he told me that their private lives are their own business.
That's right, Mary, and these boys have a lot of experience.
Yeah. Bob told me that his boy spent 2 years with Wayne King.
No, Jack, not Wayne King, Waste King. They used to install them.
By the way, Bob, how come your wife isn't coming to the Springs with you?
Oh, she'll be up for the weekend, Mary. She's bringing the kids.
All 5 of them?
Yeah, all 5, and the maid and the cook, too.
But won't it be hard finding hotel reservations for that many people?
Oh, I don't have to worry about that. Jack's renting me a tent.
All right, Mary, now you know. Are you happy? Come on, Rochester, let's go.
Yes, sir.
See you in Palm Springs, Bob.
Bye, Mary. Bye,
Bob.
Rochester, make this right turn here.
But, Mr. Benny, we should go straight ahead.
Rochester's right, Jack. This isn't the way to Palm Springs.
Look, Mary, I know a shortcut. Rochester, turn here.
Yes, sir.
Jack, are you sure this shortcut takes us to Palm Springs?
Of course I'm sure.
But, Mr. Benny, we've been driving 3 hours since we left the gas station.
Yeah, and it's getting dark. We should have been in Palm Springs long ago.
Mary, I know what I'm doing. I've taken this road many times. And see, we're in the desert. See the sand?
Yeah, and I see the sign, too. Laguna Beach.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Rochester, you must have made a wrong turn. Now go back to the main highway.
Jack, look up in the air.
Where? It's only a bird.
PALMSPRINTS.
Well, what do you know? She's following us to Palm Springs. Hello, Polly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack will be back in a minute to tell you about his television program, which goes on immediately after this show. But first, a word to you smokers who are looking for better taste in a cigarette.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette. They take fine tobacco. It's light tobacco. It's mild tobacco too. And it's toasted, yes, it's toasted, because the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
Friends, if you read the comics, I guess you know all about Little Iodine and that other famous comic series, They'll Do It Every Time. The fellow who draws them is Jimmy Hatlow. Well, Jimmy's cigarette is Lucky Strike. He says, yep, I'll do it every time. Light up a Lucky because they taste better. Friends, many millions of people smoke Luckies because they, too, have found that Luckies taste better. A Lucky tastes better because it's toasted to taste better. Of course, Lucky's better taste begins with fine tobacco. Fine, light, naturally mild tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process tones up Lucky's fine tobacco to make it taste even better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. So be happy. Go Lucky. And here's a reminder. A carton of Luckies makes a wonderful Christmas gift. As welcome under the tree as a pretty girl under the mistletoe. Give the smokers on your list gay, colorful Christmas cartons of Lucky Strike. So nice to give. So wonderful to get. Have a happy, go Lucky Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to talk about my television show, but we're a little late, so tune in and watch it. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny Show tonight was written by Milt Josephsberg, John Tackerberry, Hal Goldman, Al Gordon, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers, here's the true tobacco taste you've been looking for. Filter Tip Tarleton gives you all the full, rich flavor of Tarleton's famous quality tobacco, and real filtration, too. Filter Tip Tarleton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration and used far and wide to purify the air we breathe, the water and beverages we drink. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tarleton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. Penny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that tastes better, cleaner, fresher, smoother.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette. They take fine tobacco. It's light tobacco. It's mild tobacco too. And it's toasted, yes, it's toasted, because the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
This is Don Wilson, friends. I guess you all have heard of Bill Coram, the famous sports columnist, who's also president of Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, he's one of the many millions of people who smoke Luckies, and this is what he says about them. I smoke Luckies because they give me the enjoyment I like, and they taste better than any other cigarette to me. Now, Bill Coram's reason for smoking Lucky Strike is the same one most Lucky smokers give. better taste. What makes a Lucky taste better? It's toasted to taste better. Now, Lucky's better taste begins with fine tobacco. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then that tobacco is toasted. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process brings Lucky's fine tobacco to its peak of flavor, tones up this naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. That's why at Christmas time in particular, so many people give and get cartons of Lucky's. A brightly decorated carton of Lucky Strike says, Merry Christmas and Happy Smoking 200 times. Remember cartons of Lucky's, so nice to give, so wonderful to get. From Palm Springs, California, the Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis A. Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Tom. Ladies and gentlemen, as always at the height of the tourist season here, Palm Springs is just full of celebrities. But now I give you the celebrity the whole town is talking about because he's the only one paying summer rates. And here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, I don't care if the whole town is talking about me because in Palm Springs, talk is the only thing that's cheap. Believe me, huh?
Yeah, I know what you mean, Jack, but I've worked out a pretty good deal where I'm staying.
Where, at the Biltmore?
Yeah, I get 50% off of my bill, and in return I put in 3 hours a day as a lifeguard. And yesterday I...
Wait a minute, Don, wait a minute. You did say lifeguard, huh?
Yeah, why?
Well, it's just that I picture you more as a life raft. With a pontoon and back there.
Well, you can joke all you want, but yesterday a man called for help, and I dived into the pool and saved him.
Really, Don?
Yes, sir. And you should have heard the way they bawled me out.
Bawled you out? You saved a man's life, didn't you?
Yeah, but when I jumped in the pool, 3 people sitting on the lawn almost drowned.
And I've been telling everyone it rained yesterday. But Don...
Oh, Jack.
Yes, Bob?
Say,
Bob Crosby, ladies and gentlemen. What is it, Bob?
Well, before we go any farther with the show, I'd like to take a roll call of the orchestra.
A roll call? Of the orchestra? We've never done that before.
Well, believe me, Jack, I know what I'm doing.
Well, all right. If you have to, go ahead, Bob.
Okay. George.
Here.
Kerchief.
Here.
Songer.
Here.
Remley.
Bob, I want to ask you, Bob, why do you have to go through this roll call?
Oh, I always do when we're out of town.
But why? Why?
Oh, I have to. I'm responsible to their Los Angeles Parole Board.
Oh, I see. Well, don't let me stand in the way of the law.
Hardy? Here. Tackleberry?
Wait a minute. Tackleberry's one of my writers.
He's on parole, too.
That's right. He keeps talking about the pen. I thought he meant papermate. Well, anyway, I'm sure glad that all the boys are now, if we can... Oh, hello, Mary.
Oh, hello, Jack. I'm sorry I'm late, Jack, but I was taking a golf lesson at Tamarisk, and I just didn't notice the time.
That's all right, Mary. So Ellsworth Vines gave you another lesson, eh?
No, I switched to one of the other fellas.
What was wrong?
I found out he's married.
Well, look, Mary, you don't have to make any dates here in Palm Springs. If you want to go out with someone, I'm here.
Oh, no, Jack, not with you.
What?
Your idea of an exciting time here is to walk down Palm Canyon Drive and watch people put nickels in the parking meters.
Yeah. Saturday was a dilly.
$163.45. Let's get on with the show, because tonight we're... Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Here comes Dennis.
Well, what about it?
You know, Mary, every time that kid opens his mouth, he says something silly, and I'm aggravated for the rest of the week. But this time, he's not getting away with it. I'm ready for him.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Boy, 2 weeks in Palm Springs has sure made you look different.
You see, Mary, he's starting already.
I'm sorry I haven't been able to see more of you up here, but I've been very busy.
Busy, huh? What have you been doing?
Oh, swimming a little every day, getting lots of sleep, eating good food, and catching up on my reading.
You're reading, huh?
Yeah, it's nice and quiet up here, and I can concentrate. Hamlet requires a lot of attention.
Hamlet, huh?
I consider it to be Shakespeare's finest work, although I'd be the first to admit there are great qualities in Macbeth, Julius Caesar, and Othello. But to my way of thinking, Hamlet offers more scope and penetrates with a deeper insight into human nature.
That's enough, Dennis. I won't listen to that kind of talk.
But, Jack!
I don't care. I'm on a vacation. I'm not going to let him aggravate me.
But, Jack, he hasn't said anything silly.
I know, and he's doing it on purpose. Dennis, you're deliberately trying to annoy me.
Oh, no, I'm not, Mr. Benny.
Then how come you're talking intelligently?
I can't help it. I was out in the sun too long. But I discovered a way to keep cool.
You did?
Yeah, I get a big punch bowl, fill it full of shaved ice, put in 3 lemons, 2 oranges, some ginger ale, a quart of scotch, a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, and 5 maraschino cherries.
Dennis, you drink that?
No, I sit in it.
That's my boy. And Dennis, now that you're back to normal again, do me a favor. Just go over in the corner and don't bother me.
Okay. Do you mind if I read Hamlet?
Read. What a crazy kid.
Well, Jack, you won't have to put up with him much longer. Tomorrow we'll all be on our way back to Los Angeles.
I know, and I've got a big surprise for everyone. Since you're all leaving tomorrow and I'm going to be staying down here till after Christmas, I want you all to come to my place tonight for our annual Christmas party.
Oh, that's wonderful, Jack.
Everybody's invited. And Bob, make sure to bring the orchestra boys.
The orchestra boys?
Yeah. But tell them when we serve dinner to just casually walk into the dining room. Not to line up and march.
Okay, Jack, I'll tell them. But, gee, you better serve them the food right away or they'll start banging their cups on the table.
I'll serve them. And listen, kids, I got a nice big house that I rented. There's plenty of room. We'll have a tree, exchange gifts, and have a lot of fun. Don, you take over the show, will you? I'm going to leave right now and help Rochester get things ready.
All right, Jack, shall we do the commercial now?
Yes, Don, that'll be fine. What have the Sportsman Quartet prepared?
Oh, something very appropriate for this time of year. It's called Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland? Mm-hmm. Well, that song is all about snow and sleigh bells. That doesn't fit Palm Springs.
Don't worry about it, Jack. We've got it fixed, all right.
Okay, go ahead. See you later, kid.
All right, fellas, take it.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. On away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland.
In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown.
He'll say, are you married? You'll say, no, man.
But you can do the job when you're in town.
Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Coyote, now, are you listening? See that owl, eyes are glistening. The desert at night is a beautiful sight. Palm Springs is a winter wonderland. In the sun, one relaxes. Oh, what fun, forgetting taxes. If you can afford your room and your board, Palm Springs is a winter wonderland. Santa rides the desert and he's singing, Merry Christmas, yippee-oh-ki-yay. Jimmy flag for Benny he is bringing.
Some shampoo and a curly new toupee.
Though you roast and you swelter, still we boast you need shelter. Just take it from me, along about 3, Palm Springs is a winter wonderland. Lucky Strike gives you pleasure. Lucky Strike you will treasure. Yes, Luckies are great when you celebrate Christmas in a winter wonderland. Better taste is the reason Lucky Strikes are so pleasing. Yes, Lucky's the one to pop in the sun. Christmas in a winter wonderland.
Lucky Strikes are made of fine tobacco. Lucky's are as smooth as smoke, here's why.
Cellophane protects except with Paxo.
They're always fresh and they are never dry.
It's the brand you will see more by the pool at the billboard. Wherever you go, it's Lucky's you know. They're puffin' in a winter wonderland. Lucky's are everybody's favorite brand. Puffin' in a winter wonderland. Lucky's are everybody's favorite brand.
Gee, I'm glad that drugstore was open so I could finish my Christmas shopping. See, I get Christmas presents from everywhere. CBS, Lucky Strike, even my hometown, Waukegan. I wonder what Waukegan will do for me this Christmas. Last year they did a wonderful thing. They destroyed my birth certificate. Now no one will ever know. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Santa needs a nickel here if he wants to park his sleigh. Yum bum bum da dum dum dum. Oh, pardon me, sir.
That's quite all. Mr. Benny.
Why, Mr. Kitzel. Well, Mr. Kitzel, this is a surprise. I didn't know you were here in Palm Springs.
Oh, yes, I'm here already the last few days.
Well, isn't that nice? Where are you staying?
A place called Harry's Hacienda.
Harry's Hacienda. I've never heard of that.
Nationally advertised, it isn't.
Well, if it isn't much of a place, I mean, why do you stay there?
Where else for $7 a day can you get room, board, and a desk full of picture postcards from the El Mirador?
Oh, I see. Well, tell me, do they have a swimming pool?
Finally, I found it.
You mean the swimming pool is that small?
Small. This morning I had breakfast and the hole in my bagel was bigger.
Well, what's the difference as long as you're having fun? Say, Mr. Kitzel, I'm having my cast over this evening for a little get-together. How would you and your wife like to join us?
Didn't sure, but I'm afraid we couldn't make it. My wife is still upset from the steak ride last night.
Oh, your wife was on a steak ride?
Yes.
What happened?
It took 8 men to put her on the horse.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you must be joking. Your wife's not that heavy.
Me you could convince, but the horse you can.
You mean,
the next time that horse runs, it'll be from a bottle of glue.
Well, Mr. Kitzel, I'd like to talk to you longer, but I have to get home to help Rochester.
Go right ahead, Mr. Benny, and enjoy yourself.
Thank you. So long.
Goodbye. Oh, say, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Mr. Kitzel.
Tomorrow, if you got a little time, why don't you come over and visit me and my wife?
Well, I'll be glad to. How do I get to Harry's Hacienda?
From here, you go straight down Palm Canyon Drive for 5 blocks till you come to the Park Lane Hotel.
Uh-huh.
Then you turn left and follow the sign that says to Harry's Hacienda for 2 miles.
2 miles? But look, that'll take me way up in the mountains.
That's right. Harry is a goat.
A ghost?
Yes.
Mr. Kitzel, you're joking.
Smell me.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye, Mr. Kitzel, and Merry Christmas.
And a happy Yule to you all.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. La la la, ba-dum, bum, bum. It'll be fun being in Palm Springs for Christmas. Rochester, hand me some more tinsel for the tree, will you?
Here you are, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, I'm sure glad I decided to rent this house for Mr. and Mrs. Martin. It'll be just perfect for the party tonight.
Yeah.
Well, all the tinsel is down. I think I'll put on the ornaments. I'll put this nice red one up. Ouch! Yeah, I'll put the blue one over here, and then ouch! And I'll put the green one up on top. There. Ouch! Oh, darn it.
Boss, I told you to get a Christmas tree instead of this cactus plant.
Rochester, I'm not going out and buy a Christmas tree when I have a perfectly good one at home. I want to put these gifts under it. Let's see, here's Don, some nice dates. And this one's for Mary. Oh, and Rochester, here's the one I'm giving Remley. Boy, will he be surprised.
How will he be surprised? You got shaving lotion written all over the package.
Well, you have to do that with Remley. When he opens a box and finds a bottle, he never stops to read the label. Last year, I gave him a miniature ship and a bottle. The mask stuck out of his mouth for 3 months. Every time I asked him something, he had to answer me through the crow's nest. Believe me, I know what I'm doing. Oh, Ross, that must be the gang. You let him in, and I'll go out in the kitchen and get the hors d'oeuvres.
Okay. Well, hello, Come in, everybody. Mr. Benny's in the kitchen. He'll be right out. Make yourselves at home.
Hey, Jack's got a nice place here.
Yeah, but it's so cluttered up. Rochester, help me clean it up. I'll throw some of the stuff out.
Not that. That's the Christmas tree.
Christmas tree? Hey, that's nothing but an old cactus plant.
Oh, we would have had a tumbleweed, but the wind was blowing and we lost it coming through Indio.
Wait a minute. Look at that television set. It's got a coin box attached to it with a slot to put money in.
Well, that's pay-as-you-see television. And Palm Springs is the only place where they're conducting this experiment.
Jack has the same attachment on a set in Beverly Hills, and it's no experiment.
Merry Christmas. Well, kids, I'm glad you're all here. We'll have a night. Oh, there's the phone.
I'll get it, boss.
Thanks, Rochester.
Say, Jack, this is a very nice place. I had no idea it was so large.
Oh, yes, there's a kitchen, dinette, living room, 2 bedrooms, and a patio. You know, Mary, when you're a big star, you got to have plenty of room to entertain.
Yeah. I just can't understand how you got all this for $85 a month.
What's the difference? I got it. Now, come on, everybody. Let's put all the presents under the tree and... Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
I had 12 candy canes, and now there are only 11. Where's the other one?
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you, but if your conscience bothers you, they're 10 cents each.
Oh, don't be so silly.
Say, boss.
Yeah, Rochester. Who was that on the phone?
That was Mr. Coleman calling from Beverly Hills.
Oh, Ronald Coleman?
Yes, sir. He wanted to know if you'd be back in town for Christmas. And I told him that you couldn't possibly make it. You were staying in Palm Springs.
Gee, that was nice of Ronnie to call. Is he planning a Christmas party?
Now, yes.
Huh?
He said he'd check with me later about New Year's.
All right.
Hey, gang, why don't we open up our Christmas presents?
No, it's too early. Everyone can take their gifts, but let's not open them until Christmas.
Gee, I'm embarrassed, Mr. Benny. I got you a gift, but I left it at my hotel room.
Oh, that's all right, Dennis. You didn't have to bother getting me anything anyway.
Well, truthfully, I didn't know what to get you. You have practically everything, but I went all over Palm Springs and I finally found something.
Really? What'd you get me, Dennis?
A Gila monster.
A Gila monster?
Yeah, the man only charged me $3 for it.
Dennis, a Gila monster is a deadly, poisonous, and vicious reptile. Why, it could snap a man's arm off.
No wonder it took him so long to wrap the package.
Dennis, if that poisonous thing is in your room, you better call your hotel right now and warn them.
Yeah, I guess I better.
Hey, come on, kids, let's have some fun. Let's get this party rolling.
Yeah, let's play some games.
Okay, but first I want to show you something, Mary.
Me?
Yeah, come on out in the hall for a second.
All right.
Well, here we are. Look up, Mary.
Why, Jack, it's mistletoe.
That's right. And that means that I get to kiss you.
Oh, Jack.
Now, come on, Mary, give me a kiss. Now, pucker up.
All right. There.
I knew it. You ate the candy cane. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
All right. Here's your 10 cents. For a minute, I thought you were getting romantic.
Romantic, schmantic. A crime must be solved. Come back. Let's get back to the party.
Mary, what was going on out there in the hall?
Ask Boston Blackie.
Never mind. Hey, Dennis. Dennis, did you call your hotel about that Gila monster?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Nothing. The phone keeps ringing and ringing, but nobody answers.
What?
Do you mind if I stay here tonight?
Now, come on, let's get things started here. Let's all sing Jingle Bells.
Yeah, let's all sing, huh?
What's that noise?
Remley wants to go home.
Remley, put down that hacksaw and use the door. What a gang. Now, come on, kid, let's sing Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Hold it!
What's going on here?
Hold it, kids, it's the owner. What's the matter, Mr. Martin?
I'll tell you what's the matter. I'm not going to stand for noisy parties like this going on in my house.
Now, wait a second, Mr. Martin. So what if we are making a little noise? You're forgetting I'm paying you $85 a month to rent this house.
Whoever dreamed you'd be throwing wild parties? When you came to me, you looked like a nice, quiet old man.
But
now I find out you're a Hollywood playboy.
Look, Mr. Martin.
And what are those convicts doing here?
Those are my musicians. Fellas, this is a party. Stop making those license plates. For heaven's sake. They're not home unless they're in jail.
I guess we were a little loud, Mr. Martin, but we didn't know you were here.
We were only having a little Christmas party.
A Christmas party?
Yes, if you prefer, we can leave.
Well,
We didn't even get to sing the Christmas carols.
Christmas carols?
Yes, we always sing Christmas carols.
Gee, I'd love to hear that.
But why don't you and your wife join us?
You really mean that, Mr. Benny?
Certainly, the more the merrier.
Gee, thanks. I'll go get my wife and we'll join you in a party.
Now, Dennis, go get her. Dennis, every year at my Christmas party, you always sing a nice medley of Christmas carols.
Yes, sir.
Well, how about singing them first now?
I'd be glad to.
Quiet, everybody. Dennis is going to sing. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my sponsor and my entire staff, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand you get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
Friends, this is Don Wilson. If you're not getting all the enjoyment you should be getting from your present cigarette, switch to Lucky Strike and see for yourself how much more real, deep-down smoking enjoyment you get from Lucky's Better Taste. A Lucky tastes better because it's the cigarette of fine tobacco and it's toasted to taste better. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that tones up Lucky's fine, naturally good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Yes, find out for yourself. Buy a carton of better-tasting Lucky Strike. Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jack Benny does another television show, but right now it's radio time. So let's go out to Jack's house in Beverly Hills. As we look in, Rochester, with the help of his best friend Roy, is cleaning up the house after Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now, Roy, if you'll get up all the wrapping paper, I'll pick up the ribbons and twine. Okay. Say, Rochester, I noticed that a lot of these boxes that Mr. Benny's gifts came in still have the price tag on them.
Oh, those? Those are gifts from the people who work for him.
Why do they leave the price tags on them?
It saves about 6 months of arguments.
Now, here's a box that hasn't been opened yet.
I know lots of people haven't come by to pick up their presents. Put it in the pile behind the tree.
Okay.
Careful you don't tip it.
Yeah, don't worry. Say, Rochester, what's that little package lying on top of the pile?
Let's see. Oh, that's Mr. Frank Remley's gift.
And what's the big package on the bottom?
That's Mr. Remley.
Why is he gift wrapped?
He keeps better that way.
Say, Rochester, what did Mr. Benny get from his neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman?
They gave him that chair over there in the corner.
Gee, that doesn't look like much of a gift. The chair looks so dull and drab.
I know, but it gets mighty lively when you plug it in.
You mean...
Yeah, that thing hanging over the top ain't no reading lamp.
Rochester, you're kidding, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. Say, Roch, next week is New Year's Eve. You got any plans?
Yeah, I got a date with Susie.
Say, that reminds me. Susie spoke to me about you the other night.
She did?
Yeah. She says that you two have been going together so long, she's kind of disappointed that you haven't proposed to her yet.
Well, Roy, I've thought about it a lot, and... Well, I've been with Mr. Benny so long, I'm a confirmed bachelor. I've picked up too many of his ways.
Yeah, but you ought to think about getting married. You know, you're not getting any younger.
I'm not getting any older either. That's something else I picked up from Mr. Benny.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Mr. Benny keeps rolling along like Old Man River. Say, how old is he really, Rochester?
That's something I'll never tell anyone.
Well, I know he's not 39. Can't you at least give me a hint about how old he is?
Well, all I'll say is, if they do his story on This Is Your Life, it'll have to be an hour program.
Man, what a spectacular that'll make with Indians and everything.
good morning, Rochester.
Oh, good morning, boss.
And Merry Christmas, Roy.
Merry Christmas to you, too, Mr. Benny.
Would you like some breakfast, boss?
No, it's so late and I'm quite hungry. What can you fix me for lunch?
Well, I can get you some sliced turkey, cranberry sauce, candied sweet potatoes, turkey dressing, and gravy.
Is that what's left over from Christmas dinners?
That's what's left over from Thanksgiving.
Do you want me to answer the door, Mr. Benny?
No, Roy, I'll go. You help Rochester. Jingle bells, dum-bum-bum, dum-dum-dee-dee-dee.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Benny. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Well, Joey and Stevie, my little beavers. Merry Christmas, boys.
Mr. Benny, it is our pleasure, as the duly selected representatives of the Beverly Hills Beavers Club, to come here and present you with this gift for which we all chipped in and bought you as a token of our esteem.
Oh, boys, this is very touching. Of all the many nice things that happened to me this Christmas, this is the nicest. Come on in while I open it. Oh, gee, a pair of hairbrushes. God, isn't that nice?
I thought it was stupid, but they voted against me.
Well, boys, come on in the next room. I have a gift for all the beavers.
Gee, thanks. That's swell. By the way, Mr. Benny, don't forget your promise to come over to the Beavers' annual party for giving this Friday night.
Oh, I'll be there.
You know, this year we're going to have girls, and we're going to dance with them and play spin the bottle in post office.
Yeah, I bet you can hardly wait.
Yeah, I want to see what's so great about it. You'll see, you'll see.
Yes, you will, Stevie. Well, here you are, boys. A present from me to the beavers.
Gosh, a printing press. And what a big one. Boy, the beavers will love this present, because now we can print our own newspaper and bulletins and circulars. Yeah, and maybe next year we'll even be able to make Christmas cards.
First Hallmark, now them. Oh, well. Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry Christmas, Miss Benny.
Goodbye.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Benny, at our last meeting, we decided to raise the dues next year to 10 cents a week.
10 cents a week?
I thought it was stupid, but they voted against me.
Well, I'm going to use my veto. Goodbye, kids.
Goodbye.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Gosh, those kids are cute.
Say, boss, what's this Christmas package doing up on the mantel? It has no name on it.
Let me see it. Oh, my goodness, I forgot to deliver it. I better do that right now.
Who's it for?
Ed, the man who guards my vault. I'll take it to him right now. I'm going down to my vault, Rochester, and I'll be right back if there are any calls for me. Out across the bridge over the moat. Gosh, look at those alligators. They make wonderful guards. Especially this one right under the bridge. Hey, what's that swimming behind her? Oh, my goodness, I must call Luella Parsons. She's had a blessed event. Isn't that cute? And I got to get into my vault.
Oh, who goes there? Friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Yes, it's me, Ed.
How nice. Did you come to put the money in the vault or to take some out?
Neither, Ed. This is a social visit. It's Christmas.
Christmas?
Yes. And next week, it'll be New Year's.
Gosh, another year's gone by already.
That's right, Ed. It'll soon be 1955.
19?
Yes. Yes, Ed. Now, I just came down to give you your Christmas present.
My, this is exciting. May I open it?
I wish you would.
Oh, gosh, just what I've always wanted. An umbrella.
Yes, it'll come in handy in case a pipe ever breaks. Well, I gotta get back, Ed. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Gee, that Ed is always so nice and pleasant. Never complains or anything. I think the next time I come down, I'll lengthen his chain. Oh, Rochester, were there any calls for me?
No, but while you were down in the vault, Malin Merrick, your musical arranger, came in. He's waiting for you in the den.
Oh, I'll see what he wants. Hello, Malin.
Merry Christmas, Jack.
Same to you.
Jack, the reason I came over is your producer suggested that we do this tune on the show this week, and I wanted to see if you like it.
Let me see the music. Well, it's topical. What do you think?
I'm not sure. Hum it to me.
Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum, ding-da-dum. You know, Malin, you'd save yourself a lot of trips over here if you'd learn to read music. Believe me.
Well, I would, but I don't want the boys in the band to think I've gone hi-hat.
Well, that reminds me, Malin. I wish you'd tell the boys that from now on, whenever we do a broadcast, not to bring their friends and have them sit up there with them on the bandstand.
Oh, they're not friends. They're parole officers.
That's what I mean. See if you can do something about it, will you? Excuse me, Malin. I have to answer the door. Jingle bells, dum-dum-ding, dum-dum.
Merry Christmas, Jack.
Merry Christmas, Don. Come on in.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Malin.
Same to you, Don. Did you get a lot of presents this year?
I'll say I got the greatest collection of wild ties and gaudy sport shirts you've ever seen. Gosh, I'll be busy all next week exchanging gifts.
Me too. People certainly send you silly things, don't they?
Yeah. Listen, they know you very well, like my wife. She's the one person who gave me a useful gift.
What'd she give you?
A side of beef.
No.
Yes.
Don, a whole side of beef? Were you able to get it in your freezer?
I don't have a freezer, so I made a sandwich.
Your front lawn must look like an elephant's graveyard.
Oh, say, Jack, here, I brought this over for you. It's a record of a song by Dennis Day.
A record?
Yeah, I dropped by his house, and he has a cold, and he asked me to bring this over so you could hear it.
Gee, I hope he feels all right.
Oh, you'll be okay.
Okay, let's hear the song. Put it on the phonograph now.
Okay. Hey, Dennis's cold is worse than I thought.
Don, you forgot to wind it up. Now go ahead.
Okay.
Good, I got a new one.
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and pink as a nursery. The girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. Her nails will be polished, and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia, and I'll be there instead of flitting to her and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be. Her nails will be polished and in her hair she'll wear a gardenia and I'll be there. Set up litten, I'll be sitting next to her and she'll purr like a kitten. A doll I can carry, the girl that I marry must be.
That sounded real swell. It's the same. The kid has a cold.
Say, why don't the three of us go over and visit Dennis and cheer him up? Huh?
I'd love to, but I've got work to do.
I'm just over there, Jack, but I'll walk part of the way back with you. It's on my way home.
Okay.
Shall I answer the phone, boss?
No, I'll get it. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, I'm resting.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Gertrude, the CBS telephone operator.
Oh, is someone trying to reach me around the studio?
Candace isn't business. I called to thank you for the lovely Christmas present you gave me. It was very original.
Well, I knew you had earrings and bracelets and beads and a lot of jewelry.
So you gave me a jar to keep them in.
Yeah, but first eat the mayonnaise. It's delicious.
Anyway, Mr. Benny, it isn't the gift that counts. It's the sentiment behind it. That's why Mabel and I like you. You treat us like human beings. Most people aren't nice to us at all.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Gertrude. You don't go talking like that. No wonder you and Mabel have inferiority complexes.
We haven't any complexes. We are inferior.
Oh.
Well, thanks again and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too, Gertrude. Okay, Don, let's go. Hey, where's Malin?
He went out while you were talking on the phone.
Oh, well, Rochester, I'll be back in time for dinner.
Mr. Benny.
Huh?
Did you forget to thank Mr. Wilson for the gift he gave you?
Oh, I'm glad you reminded me. Don, I want to thank you for that lovely sunbeam toaster you gave me.
You're welcome, Jack. I was wondering if you needed one.
Need one? Before we got that, we used to toast our bread with genuine sunbeams.
Never mind. Come on, Don. I'll be back in time for dinner, Rochester.
It's such a nice day for this time of year.
It certainly is. And I love to walk, especially on a sunny day, you know.
Oh, Jack, look at that beautiful bird on your lawn.
Ah, look, he's hopping over to us.
Come on, Bertie. Come here. What's that, Bertie?
Well, what do you know? He said LSMFT.
That's right, Bertie. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Say, you're a smart bird. I'll be darned.
Hey, wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. I want to try something. Bertie, listen to this. If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
Oh, this is amazing. Look, he's flying away.
You think he'll come back again?
Only if he needs work. That's the only bird I've ever seen with a mustache. Well, I better hurry over to Dennis Day's house.
Mother. Gee, Mother, I wish I could get rid of this cold.
Well, if you'd only take this medicine, son, it would help you a lot.
But I don't like that medicine. Are you sure it's good?
Certainly. When I was a working girl, I always used to take it.
Did you have a lot of colds then?
All the time.
I guess that was on account of where you worked.
That's right. The only time I ever got any fresh air and sunshine was when John L. Lewis called a strike.
Gee, Mother, I don't feel like taking that medicine because...
Dennis, let me feel your head and see if you have any temperature.
Do I have any?
Well, it is a little warm around the point.
I'll probably be up in a day or so.
Son, shall I get you another hot water bottle?
No, thanks. I already drank 3 of them, and I don't feel any better.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis. You were supposed to put them on your feet.
Now she tells me.
Oh, there's someone at the door.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Day. Merry Christmas.
What do you want?
Well, I've come to cheer Dennis up.
You couldn't cheer up a laughing hyena.
Well, for your information, Mrs. Day, a laughing hyena doesn't really laugh. What sounds like laughter is just a peculiarity of the hyena's vocal cords.
Well, it takes one to know one.
Look, Mrs. Day, I didn't come over here to...
Hello, Mr. Benny. I'm in the bedroom.
Hello, Dennis. How'd you get your cold?
Oh, last night I went out all over town singing Christmas carols.
Gee, Dennis, it's awfully stuffy in here. Shall I open a window?
You can't. I nailed them all shut because I walk in my sleep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. One night last week I walked all over town. I finally wound up in the Brown Derby. Boy, was I embarrassed.
Well, I should imagine with all those people there and you in your pajamas.
Who wears pajamas?
Gosh, that must have been awful.
Yeah, Gus, the manager, threw me out because I didn't have a tie on.
Oh, well, I don't blame him.
Here, Dennis, I brought you some soup.
Mrs. Day, that's a hot water bottle.
He likes it that way.
Well, I better be going. Goodbye, Dennis.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Oh, by the way, Dennis, you haven't thanked me yet for the Christmas present I gave you.
You call that a Christmas gift?
Look, Mrs.
My
Day.
Dennis has been with you over 15 years. And after all that time, you gave him a ticket for a lousy 89-cent car wash.
Well, tell him to use it on Saturday. It's $1.25 there. Anyway, it's not the gift that counts. It's the sentiment behind it.
Unless you know about sentiment. You wouldn't give Arthur Godfrey a tea bag if he was stranded on the Mojave Desert with a cup of hot water.
Now, just a minute, Mrs. Day. You listen to me.
I'm not listening to anybody. One more word out of you, and I'll put black circles around those baby blue eyes of yours.
Oh, you will, eh?
Hit him, Mom.
What?
Our television set is broken, and I haven't seen a good fight in weeks.
Well, I settled it. I came over here out of the goodness of my heart. I wanted to cheer up Dennis because the poor kid is sick. And all I get out of it is insult.
How? Right in the kisser.
I'm very fond of Dennis, Mrs. Day, and I've been very good to him all these years. And you should be the last one.
Cut up!
That settles it. I'm going home.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Jack will be back in a minute to tell you about his television program, which goes on at 7 p.m. tonight over the CBS television network. But first, here's a word for anyone who enjoys a good cigarette.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette. They taste fine. Tobacco is light. Tobacco is mild. Tobacco too. And it's toasted, yes, it's toasted, because the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
I guess everybody knows Robert Montgomery was for years a famous movie star, and now he's a star in television. Matter of fact, his TV show is sponsored by Lucky Strike. He told folks that he didn't have to smoke Luckies for that reason, but he does anyway. Let me give you his own words on the subject. I smoked Luckies and have for years. I like the way they taste. Yep, those are Robert Montgomery's own words, and they sure make a lot of sense. Luckies do taste better. They taste better because LSMFT, Lucky Strike, means fine tobacco. Fine, light, naturally mild tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted. Yes, it's toasted to taste better. It's toasted. The famous Lucky Strike process tones up Lucky's naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So the very next time you buy cigarettes, friends, be happy. Go Lucky. Make your next carton Lucky Strike. Remember, it's toasted to taste better.
Who's there?
It's me, Rochester.
How's Dennis Day?
Oh, he's all right.
Want me to get you something to eat?
No, I don't feel hungry. Gosh, I don't know what to do. I think I'll just sit here and watch television. Turn it on, will you, please?
Okay.
From Television City in Hollywood, the Jack Benny program presented by Lucky Strike.
Oh, my goodness, that's me. I'm supposed to be on TV in a few seconds. So long, Rochester. Gee, I don't want to miss any of my show. I'm going to be so good tonight. See you in a minute, folks.
The Jack Benny Show tonight was written by Milt Josephsberg, John Tackerberry, Hal Goldman, Al Gordon, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers, true tobacco taste, real filtration, famous Tareyton quality. They're all yours when you smoke Filter Tip Tareyton. Filter Tip Tareyton gives you all the full, rich taste of Tareyton's quality tobacco and real filtration, too. Because Filter Tip Tareyton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tareyton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. The Jack Benny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike, the cigarette that's toasted to taste better.
If you want better taste from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's toasted to give you the best taste yet. It's the toasted cigarette.
This is Don Wilson, friends. Dorothy Collins, the sweetheart of Lucky Strike, just gave you the key to deep down smoking enjoyment. Better taste. And that's where a Lucky really clicks. A Lucky tastes better because LSMFT, Lucky Strike, means fine tobacco. Fine, light, naturally good-tasting tobacco. And then that tobacco is toasted. It's toasted, the famous Lucky Strike process, brings a Lucky's fine tobacco to its peak of flavor. Tones up a Lucky's naturally good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. So pick up a carton of better-tasting Lucky Strike. I know you'll be happy if you go Lucky.
Hey, hold it! Hold it, Bob! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Well, what is it, Jack?
Bob, it's almost airtime. Can't you do something about the orchestra?
Well, what's wrong with them? Nobody goofed.
What's wrong with them? Look at Bagby's playing the piano lying down. Gridwell is blowing confetti through his clarinet. And look at Sammy, the drummer, weaving around up there. If he doesn't fall off that stand before the show's over, I'll eat my hat.
Well, gosh, Jack, you didn't expect the boys to come in sober this soon after New Year's Eve, did you?
Bob, I don't expect them to come in sober after Groundhog Day. But this is ridiculous. Look at them. We're starting a new year, Bob, and I want you to tell them those new rules we discussed.
Now?
Yeah, give them those new rules right now.
Well, okay.
Tell them.
Look, attention, fellas, attention. Look, we're starting a new year, and we'll all get along a lot better if...
I knew he'd fall off. Help Sammy up, will you, boys? Now, go ahead with the rules, Bob.
Okay, Jack. Look, now, fellas, look. I'm sure that you all want to know just exactly where we stand, so listen carefully, will you? Now, rule number 1. During the coming year, you will all be required to attend each and every rehearsal. And no excuse will be accepted unless it is signed by either your doctor or your warden.
That's telling them.
Rule number 2. From now on, when I lift my baton, that's the signal for you to start playing, not drinking.
I knew that one would go over big.
Now, look, guys, before we go on the air, I know that you want to show Jack just exactly how good your face is. So, if any of you happen to be in possession of a bottle of spirit, I would like you to throw it in this wastebasket. All right, now, let's get started.
Well, Remley dropped his in. Who's next? Now, how about...
Hey, Jack, come on, will you? Come on.
Don, let go of my arm.
But we're going on the air in just a few minutes.
So we're going on the air. What are you so excited about? You've been jumpy all afternoon.
Oh, it's that diet my doctor gave me. I'm not allowed to eat candy, cake, pie, potatoes. Can't eat anything I like, and it's making a nervous wreck out of me.
Yeah, it's awful. When'd you go on this diet?
I start tomorrow.
Well, Don, if it bothers you so much before you're even started, maybe you better forget about it.
I can. I made a New Year's resolution to lose 100 pounds this year.
How much?
100 pounds.
Don, I've known you for 23 years, and the only time 100 pounds ever left your body was when you had your tonsils removed. Remember, they weighed 50 pounds each?
Oh, yeah, as soon as I came to, I had to get off the table so the doctor could lie down.
Yeah.
Well, 1 minute till airtime, Jack.
Okay, where are the scripts, Don?
I haven't got them.
Well, where are they? We're going on the air.
Now, look, relax, Jack. Here comes the clerk from the mimeograph department. He's got them.
Well, it's about time. Say, fella, why are you always bringing in the scripts at the last minute?
Because I'm busy! Busy!
But you had plenty of time.
Plenty of time, he says. It's not that easy. I gotta type the script, make the stencil, ink the machine, put the paper in and turn the handle. I have to do everything myself. There's no organization. Now, nothing is organized.
Take it easy, will you?
Everything is a right job. First they come with Amos and Andy's script, then our Mrs. Brooks, and then meet Millie, and then your lousy script.
What?
And then Bing Crosby. I told you there's no organization.
Look, I'm going on the air in a minute, and I can't be bothered with your problems, so go already.
I'm going.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See, he's so excitable. Ooh.
Now everybody hollers at me. Before Christmas, they're all such angels. Sometimes I say...
Jack, we should be on the air now. We're 5 seconds late.
But we can't be. The producer's supposed to give me the signal. Where is he? Why isn't he in the booth? There's no organization!
Oh, there it comes now, Jack.
Okay, hit it, Bob.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, although New Year's Eve is behind us, the strains of Should Old Acquaintance Be Forgot linger on. So right now I'd like to bring you one of the oldest acquaintances I know, and here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Don, ordinarily I'd get back at you for that corny introduction, but we're starting a new year, so I'm going to forgive and forget.
You are?
Yep, I'm wiping the slate clean. And I'm going to start by paying up all my old debts. Oh, Bob.
Yeah?
Bob, here's that quarter I borrowed from you last June when we ate at the drugstore. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Now, how about that $10 that I won from you on the Rose Bowl game yesterday?
Well, that's this year, so you'll have to wait until 1956.
Jack Benny, that's
No, Bob, we're not going to have any bickering this year. The people are tired of insults, name-calling, and all that rowdy old half comedy. From now on, we're going to do only sophisticated humor. We're going to have suave, smooth, All right, let them lay there. Now, as I was saying, we're going to do suave, sophisticated, smart comedy.
Gee, I'm sure going to miss Dennis.
No, I already discussed this with Dennis, and he promised to be a completely different person this year.
Yeah, but Jack, do you think that Dennis can really change?
Well, he said he would, and after the talk I gave him, I think he will. I know if he puts his...
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, kid. We were just talking about you. How are you, Dennis? Dennis, how are you? Dennis, I'm talking to you.
No, you're not.
Then who am I talking to?
Julius.
What?
I told you I'd be a different person this year.
Oh, so you changed your name to Julius, huh?
Yeah, that's my last name.
Your last name is Julius? What's your first name?
Orange.
Cut that out! Orange Julius. Imagine naming yourself after a drink.
Oh, I was going to call myself Lipton Tea, but I didn't know what the T stood for.
Stop it, will you? Here it is, the first show of the new year. Right away, you got to aggravate me. I don't know why I even talk to you. Now, let's just have your song.
Sorry, Julius doesn't sing.
What?
But he does bird calls. He's the Australian wood wobbler.
I don't care what he does. Just sing. Orange Julius, some sophisticated show I'm running.
Le scarpine per ballare, ballare, balleremmo tutto il dì. Le scarpine per ballare, ballare, balleremmo ancor così. In the shoemaker shop, this refrain would never stop. They'd have to wait, working all the day. At his bench there was he, just as busy as a bee, little time to lose with his boots and shoes. But his heart went pop inside the little shop when a lovely girl set him all a-whirl. She had come to choose some pretty dancing shoes, and he heard her say in a charming way, shoes to set my feet a dancing, 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 dancing all the day. Shoes to set my feet a dancing, dancing, dancing all my cares away. Then he tapped and he stitched, for his fingers were bewitched, and he sewed a dream into every seam, making shoes oh so neat, just like magic on her feet, and he hoped she'd know that he loved her so. But she danced, danced, danced as though she were entranced like a spinning top all around the shop. On her dainty feet she whirled into the street, and he heard her say as she danced away, "Lei scarpina per ballare, ballare, balleremma tutti il dì. Lei scarpina per ballare, ballare, balleremma ancora così. Used to set my feet a dancing, dancing, dancing all the
That was The Little Shoemaker, and very good, too, Julius.
You can call me Orange.
Look, kid, let's just forget about that. I was wrong to expect you to be any different. A person just doesn't change overnight.
Well, my father did.
He did?
Yeah, he woke up this morning and he was a new man. You should have seen him. He went up to my mother and he said, "First you're going to make my breakfast, then you're going to wash the floor, and after that you're going to iron all my clothes, and when you're through with that, you're going to shine my shoes."
Well, it's about time your father asserted himself. I'd like to go over and congratulate him.
Well, it's not far. He's at Cedars of Lebanon.
Well, Dennis, wish him a happy New Year for me, will you? Now, let's get on with the...
Hey, Jack, I tried to get you on New Year's Day. Where were you?
Oh, I was at the Tournament of Roses parade in Pasadena. It was a beautiful sight.
Did you go alone?
No, I had my date with me from New Year's Eve, and Rochester drove us down there.
Gee, didn't you have to wake up awfully early to get to Pasadena in time?
Oh, it wasn't so bad, Don. Now, let me tell you about it. I set the alarm for 3:30 a.m. At 3:45, we picked up my date. By 4 o'clock, we were on our way.
Say, the fog really rolls in at this hour of the morning. I can't see more than 20 feet in front of me.
Really, Gertrude? See, I can see that street light at the end of the block. Rochester, what can you see?
Nothing. My eyes are still closed.
Well, open them. You're driving. And don't look so crabby.
Boss, it's 4 in the morning. Even Liberace ain't smiling.
4 in the morning, big deal. Where's your vitality? Gertrude and I were out celebrating last night, and here we are wide awake and full of pep.
Yeah, and we're older.
Speak for yourself, John.
Get him. Whose idea was it to call it a night at 10:30? The joint was just starting to jump.
Well, what's the difference? While I was there, I was the life of the party, wasn't I?
Some life.
Well, what's so funny?
You tried to look so debonair drinking hot chocolate out of my slipper.
I only did that for a gag. Anyway, you'll have to admit that I showed you a swell time at that nightclub. Well, I had you out on that dance floor every minute.
Anything to keep me from eating.
You ate, sister, and how you ate. I suppose that T-bone steak was a mirage. The last time I saw anyone wrestle meat that way, he had a branding iron.
Very funny.
I was never so embarrassed in all my life. Everyone was looking at us.
They weren't looking at me. They were looking at you in that old tuxedo.
Old tuxedo?
Your pants were so tight you had to wear your garters on the outside. Now I suppose you're going to pout all day because I told you off.
I'm not going to pout.
See, the fog is lifting.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Hey, Rochester, maybe you ought to put down the top, huh?
Oh, boss, let's not put the top down.
Why not?
It's so much trouble taking down the center pole and pulling out the peg.
Oh, yes, I forgot. This is the new one I bought at the Army surplus store.
Yeah, the flat still says Field Headquarters, General Ridgway.
Yeah.
How far are we from Pasadena?
About 10 miles.
Oh, we'll be there in no time. Well, here we are in Pasadena. Only took us an hour and a half.
That's pretty good time.
You're darn right, considering we had to change a tire.
Yeah. Why can I wash this grease off my hands?
Let's wipe it on this rag. Say, the way the traffic is getting thicker, we must be getting... Rochester, why are you stopping?
There's an officer at the intersection. He isn't letting anyone through.
Say, that's Colorado Boulevard. That's the one the parade comes down.
Gee, she's right. Hey, look, here comes the float.
Where?
Right over there. It's the official Tournament of Roses float.
And look at the 4 drum majors riding on it.
Yeah, I think they're going to sing.
When you hear that drumming, you will know we're coming, and the lucky strikes are on parade. There's never a slip, and we never trip, so perfect are we made. You can hear that beat coming down the street. You want to get in step with Lucky Strike. Yes, Lucky Strike is toasted. It's the one cigarette you like. So round and firm and fully packed, and just as mild as it can be. Be happy and go Lucky Strike, and smoke an Yosemite. And when you hear that old American, every Tom and Dick and Harry can light a Lucky and start popping it. Nothing beats a Lucky Strike. Clean through and through, much pressure too. So clear away. It's Lucky Day. L-S-M-F-T. 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 For the full rich taste of fine tobacco you are sure to like. There's nothing half as good as puffin' on a Lucky Strike. L-S-M-F-T. L-S-M-F-T.
That was great, wasn't it? Now back up, Rochester. We better hurry and find a place to park.
I can't back up, boss. There's 50 cars lined up behind us.
Gee, we can't go forward either.
Well, we're not staying here, are we?
No, this is ridiculous. I'm going to talk to that officer. Maybe he'll let us go through. I'll be right back. Certainly it's crowded. I've never seen such a mob. Really have to fight your way through here.
Say, pardon me, mister.
Huh?
Did you see my wife?
Your wife?
Yeah, I can't find her anywhere. I've looked all over and I can't find her.
Oh, that's a shame.
But we've been married for 20 years. We got along so nice and we never even had a fight. I just gotta find her.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find her. How long has she been missing?
19 years.
19 years? And you're still looking?
I just started. Wow, so long, buddy.
So long. That's too bad. Some people really have their troubles. Now, where's that policeman? Oh, there he is. Say, officer. Officer.
What can I do for... Why, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Why, Mr. Kitzel. Mr. Kitzel, what are you doing in a policeman's uniform?
Arresting people. What else?
This is such a surprise. I mean, did you give up your other work?
No, this is in addition. Every year for this parade, I am a deputy.
Oh, I see. Do you like it?
It's very pleasant. Especially when my brother-in-law comes by. Last year, did I give him a ticket?
You really got him, huh?
I got him. I wrote him up for speeding, making a U-turn, loose brakes, a defective horn, and faulty headlights.
Hey, that must have cost him plenty.
It would have, but unfortunately I couldn't make it stick.
Why not?
He was walking.
Oh, well, Mr. Kitzel, that's my car over there. How about letting me cross the street?
I really shouldn't. But for our friend, I can do a favor.
Then you mean I can drive through?
Yes, but you got to hurry. It's between floats.
Okay, and thanks a lot, Mr. Kitzel. I'll see you later. Happy New Year.
It's a day late, but I'll accept it.
Come on, Rochester. Rochester, he's letting us through.
Okay.
Make it snappy so we can get across. Rochester, what happened?
The motor died.
But we're in the middle of Colorado Boulevard.
And here come the floats.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, Rochester, step on the starter.
I'm stepping.
Good, you got it started.
No, I didn't.
Then how come we're moving?
A float is pushing us.
What?
Smile, boss, smile. We're in the parade.
Gee, if I'd known this, I would have worn my bathing suit.
Oh, be quiet and stop blowing kisses. Oh, fine. We had to get with one of the loudest bands yet.
Say, we must be going under a tree. A bird's nest just fell in my lap.
That's mine. It blew off. This is the most embarrassing thing that's ever... Hey, the float stopped. Quick, Rochester, do something.
I'll try.
Step back and stop laughing. It's not funny. Go ahead, Rochester. Step on the starter again.
Just a second. I'm connecting this loose wire.
Okay.
Say, Mommy.
What is it?
What kind of car is that?
I don't know. It must be a foreign make.
Madam, it's not a foreign make. This is an American car.
Not so loud. I want my boy to be proud of his country.
Look, madam.
Now, come on, Whitney. We've got to go.
Mommy, I think you made him mad. He threw a bird's nest at us.
My, what a strange way for General Ridgway to act.
Rochester, there must be something you can do.
Hang on, here we go again.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Happy New Year, everybody. Gee, I haven't had this much fun since I got caught in a revolving door with Errol Flynn.
Why do these things always happen to me? I just wanted to see the parade. I didn't want to be in it.
You might as well relax and enjoy yourself. We've got 3 hours to go.
Maybe you're right. Rochester, sit up straight and put your hands on the wheel.
What for?
If we're going through with this, at least let everyone think that we're pulling the float. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our greatest national hazards is fire. Fire that destroys millions of dollars worth of property and takes thousands of lives each year. Don't let your home be a fire trap. Make certain all electrical appliances are in order. Don't smoke in bed. Be careful with inflammables. Don't give fire a place to start. Thank you.
Jack will be back in just a minute. But first, let's take a listen to the Lucky Strike toasting song again.
If you want better wings from your cigarette, Lucky Strike is the brand to get. It's so good to give you the best taste. Yet it's the toasted cigarette. They get fine tobacco. It's light tobacco. It's mild tobacco too. And it's toasted. Yes, it's toasted. 'Cause the toasting brings the flavor right through. So to get the best better taste from your cigarette. Lucky Strike is the brand to get. You toast it to give you the best taste. Yeah, it's the toasted cigarette.
That's the Lucky Strike story set to music. The facts are all there. A Lucky is the cigarette of fine tobacco. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Naturally mild, good-tasting tobacco. And then that fine tobacco is toasted to taste better. It's toasted is the famous Lucky Strike process that brings a Lucky's fine tobacco to its peak of flavor. The process that tones up a Lucky's naturally good-tasting tobacco to make it taste even better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. So, friends, smoke the cigarette of fine tobacco that's toasted to taste better. Be happy. Go Lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my sponsor and my entire staff, I want to wish all of you a Happy New Year. Of course, everybody will be a year older, but not me. Good night, folks.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
Filter smokers, here's the true tobacco taste you've been looking for. Filter Tip Tarleton gives you all the full, rich flavor of Tarleton's famous quality tobacco, and real filtration, too. Filter Tip Tarleton incorporates activated charcoal, renowned for its unusual powers of selective filtration and used far and wide to purify the air we breathe, the water and beverages we drink. Look for the red, white, and blue stripes on the package. They identify Filter Tip Tarleton, the best in filtered smoking.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.